Whoa there, partners. Stop. Stop right there. Fail. Do not pass go and collect $200. Hey, this is Scott with Hawaii Jetboat Adventures, and I just thought I would put together a two-part video on my first oil change. Actually, my first oil change and then the successive oil changes after that. I first decided to try and do an oil change using a cheap transfer pump, as I showed you in the graphic earlier. Hey, raise your hand, by the way. Who knew they would be changing their oil through a dipstick? Who knew? Anyway, this was my very first oil change, and I did have to use a oil wrench and a ratchet to unconnect the original oil filter from the block. Notice I did put down a bag to catch the dripping oil. Also, when you take the filter off, the oil pump threads are very fine. Do not cross thread them. And when you put your oil filter back, do as your father used to tell you, put a little dollop of the old oil around the O-ring on the new filter, wipe off the excess, and then screw it down hand tight, and then crank on it. I don't use an oil filter wrench to put it on, they're only to remove. Alright, the real way to do this, as you watch me finish up with the oil change, I can't remember how long it took me to do it with the fuel transfer pump, but the real way to do it, the good way to do it, the blondie way to do it, for those of you who are knowledgeable of spaghetti westerns, the real way to do it is get yourself an extractor. I chose the West Marine Oil Extractor. It's very simple to operate. It's almost bulletproof. You connect up some tubes that fit into the oil extractor. You pump up the oil extractor. It creates a vacuum inside the oil chamber. Stick the tubes down into the oil dipstick till they touch bottom. Gently touch bottom, and then let it rip. All the oil will be out. There are a few more tips, so continue to watch. And without further ado, I'll get out of here, let me get out of this voiceover, and we'll talk to you later. This is Scott with Hawaii Jetboat Adventures. Aloha.
Okay.